Hello and welcome, you crazy people. My name is Jay, and last night FFG blessed us with two articles, one for Agent Kallus and one for Lando Calrissian. I'm struggling to record this because I keep having wind, so we'll just get straight on to the actual thing. I was streaming last night, so I didn't make a video then. Agent Kallus, I've got to admit, don't really know who he is. I think he might be in the Rebels TV show. Well, he does say, look, he's in Rebels. There, it says it right there. So there's that. These two units do have a floor card. For whatever reason, this guy apparently sympathizes with the enemy, so that's why he has it. Looking at his card, he's 90 points. I quite like the look of him, if I'm honest. For 90 points, I think it could be pretty decent. It adds like another fighting kind of commander for the Imperials. Contingencies too, from what I can work out, is you take 2 extra command cards and you can swap them. Let's say you play a 2-pip, you can swap them with another 2-pip when you've played it. So if you want something different, pretty interesting. Cunning, I don't like seeing Cunning, even though I like it as a card. I just think like it should have been sort of the more unique, the better. You know, if everybody has Cunning, nobody has Cunning. Obviously, that's a dramatic. It's not that bad yet, but you take the point. Sharpshooter 1, yeah, fine. Tactical 1, great. So you're going to be ignoring, knocking cover down by 1, getting an aim and shooting, and you would probably, even though it is 25 points, so. I said he was 90 points. He was cheap for 90 points. I think this weapon here of 2 black, with the red and the white dice, with PS1, with lethal 1. You can spend your aim and you gain PS1 with it. Is it that much better than that? I don't know, but I quite like his melee weapon. It really like synergizes well with his with the command card that we're going to see in a minute. Red defense dice. Attack on the surge, 6 wounds, 2 courage, fine, no problems there. Everything looks great. The one command card that we saw, well, there's a couple of extra cards, but we'll just have a look at his command card. So he gains Agile 1, block, and during his activation, he may perform a free recover. So what's interesting about that is, if you take his weapon upgrade, you could do his 1-pip, you gain recover, so you swap the weapon to the other side, so you have charge, lethal 1, you could double move and still attack. So I quite like the synergy there. Whether or not it's super good, I mean, I have absolutely no idea. But yeah, and also in that phase him, the opponent can't withdraw, so you can keep people in combat with you. I quite like it. I think he looks decent. Nothing amazing. There are some extra, like, well, we've already got his blaster, but let's just double check. Ascension cable. I don't know if any of these are new. No, that's not new. Nope, I don't know. Doesn't seem to be anything new though that I didn't already talk about. And then onto the main man himself, Lando Calrissian, who I'm very much looking forward to the Donald Glover Lando series. I think that could be pretty interesting. So we'll see how that goes. Because I like Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, including his music. Yes, so let's have a look. He also has a floor card. I'm not 100% sure why, but I think it makes sense for him anyway. He's got contingencies 3, so he can put aside 3 command cards. And they talk about, basically you could set aside all of his command cards and use, whoever else is in your command hand, which is cool, I guess. I'm not 100% sure of the logic. I don't know if you need. I read this and I still don't quite understand it. I think you have to be with Han Solo and Chewbacca to use all of those cards. Like, you can't just use those cards. You actually have to have them in your team, which is fine and not that unusual. Cover op, so he gets. You can go into a operative and get infiltrate. Yeah, that's interesting. I said he's got a floor card. Sharpshooter 2, I actually really, really like. And his range weapon, like range 1 to 3, red and a black dice. I think it's quite good. I quite like it. I'm not so keen on his defense dice being white, but he does surge, to be fair, and he surges on the attack to crit. So, fine. Okay. Melee weapon, not that great. Uncanny look, though. Good. Quite like it. I like it. He's very flavorful, sort of similar to Han Solo in that sense. He's the one ace up his sleeve that we see. This is interesting. From my understanding, you can play it as normal, as a 2-pip card, issue an order to Lando and another unit, or I think from what I'm reading this, you don't play it as a card, you play something else as a card. So let's say you played a 3-pip, it doesn't really matter, any card, even standing orders. Yeah, it wouldn't be you first, it would be your opponent. But then when it was you, instead of randomly selecting before you draw from your odd pool, you can actually just play this card and say, no, I either want Lando or a unit within range 1 to 2 of Lando, which I like the sound of, but gameplay wise messes up like all the timing. Like I don't know. I'm not sure it's written clear enough that that's obvious. But it's an interesting concept, and we'll see how it works. What is this siege initiative? Oh yeah, so you can take siege initiative, which is you know, you can just give yourself an order, but that's it, a one-off. All in all, I quite like him. He's flavorful. I quite like them both. He's 105 points, which I don't know. It's pretty good. I think like it's not. It might be a bit on the high side. Maybe. I don't know. It's very difficult for me. Like judging points, I find really difficult because I'm always wrong. Like I don't know how strong he is or how weak they are, whatever. But I quite like him. To be fair, he does that. He's got that contingency 3, infiltrate, sharpshooter, uncanny look. Like he's pretty strong. He's got a PS1 weapon with like sharpshooter 2. Like he's going to be killing some units. I don't know if he'll have something where he can fire multiple times like Han could. Obviously he doesn't have that by default, but maybe he'll have that as a command card or something. Because his damage output, like really in 6 turns, he's only going to be throwing 12 dice. Do you know what I mean? So that feels a little bit low in terms of how much you could even kill. Granted, you'd probably be killing 1 or 2 models a turn, but yeah, I don't know. He feels a little bit. He doesn't feel like he's going to do that much for your points. So I would like to see the rest of his cards, basically. But that's Lando. Lando, we all know where he's from. I think Agent Kallus is from Rebels, as that quote implies. And yeah, I'm looking forward to both of them. Yeah, it's weird because for somebody who's not watched Rebels and is a casual Star Wars fan, Agent Kallus is not in the same category as Lando Calrissian. Like one is like an epic, well-known character, and the other is from an animated show that some people haven't watched, me included. So that's interesting. I like the look of them both. Let me just see if they say when they're going to get released. They say they're coming in February 2021, which is good. Now, if that hadn't have been leaked, that's 2 months, basically, 2.5 months. I still would have liked to have seen it maybe get announced in January. Obviously, everything had been thought, but everything gets leaked. Have a most beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye. Peace.